Good afternoon, Tottenham fans worldwide, and hopefully you are enjoying this Friday afternoon and this weather that has gone with it, and hopefully making the most of the last weekend before the Premier League season starts. However, I am going to gather you here for 10 or 15 minutes today to share my thoughts on Tottenham's new signing. Almost 1 year on from the Harry Kane departure, Spurs have finally brought in a striker to replace him. Tottenham Hotspur set to officially announce the signing of striker Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth for a fee of £55 million plus £10 million in add-ons. And the 26-year-old has signed a 6-year deal that will run until 2030. Now, it's no secret that Tottenham were in the market this summer for a new striker. It was priority this transfer window after creating the problem in the first place by selling Harry Kane without having a contingency plan, using the likes of Richarlison, Kulusevski and Son, who were all utilised in the striker role last season. So we did need to bolster our attack ahead of the new season. Now, the big question is, can Dominic Solanke replace the goals of our all-time record club goal scorer Harry Kane and the ones that he provided for Tottenham on a consistent basis? Now, when we sold Harry Kane, I do think one thing we had to wash hands with is that we were never, ever going to replace Harry Kane directly. However, the striker that does come in here, aka Dominic Solanke, he is going to be expected to bag 20 to 25 goals every single season. Now, last season was by far the best season of Solanke's career, scoring 21 goals, 19 of those which coming in the Premier League, outscoring the likes of Son and Salah last season, compared to the season before where he only scored 7, 6 of which came in the Premier League. Now, many do put the drastic change in output down to playing under Iraola, who likes to play fast attacking football and also allows his strikers to go and hunt that ball out of possession, which is very similar to Ange Postecoglou's system. So, let's start with some of the positives. First, Dominic Solanke has attributes which are ideal for Postecoglou's system. Solanke presses really hard out of possession, which is absolutely instrumental in what Postecoglou requires from his striker out of possession in this system, as we do like to defend from the front. And if that aggressive press isn't there, we're very easy to carve open and hit on the counter-attack with devastating effect. He also provides that physical presence up front, especially in the box, which we really lacked last season. We were very one-dimensional, almost having to get to the byline every single time and play low crosses because of that lack of physical presence or target man that we had in that area. So Solanke does solve that problem, and he makes us a lot less predictable because now we're able to hit crosses and play through balls from different areas, knowing that we've got a target man in there to be able to aim at. Also, in games last season, when, example, Newcastle, when they came to press us at their place, we had no answer to it. We were looking for outballs. We were looking to find the likes of Werner, Johnson and Son. And holding up the ball is none of their strongest assets. Whereas with Solanke, we now have that other option or that answer to other teams pressing us. We're able to put the ball into him for him to be able to hold it up. But also, from defensive set pieces, we struggle really badly. It's a huge problem of ours down the years. Hopefully Solanke can come in and help us defend them better, but also make us more potent from attacking set pieces. The big question is he going to score goals in Ange Postecoglou's system? And that's where many of the debate around this signing comes in. In my opinion, I think Dominic Solanke will score goals in this system. I'm about 3-4 stone overweight. I think being able to read the game, I would be able to put myself in position to bag at least 10 a season. However, this is where my concern does come in. Can Dominic Solanke provide the frequent goals that we need to take us from 5th, where we finished last season, to a title challenge, while helping us to be able to sustain a cup run? Because that is what manager Ange Postecoglou and the players have said this preseason that they want. They want trophies this season. Last season was the first time hitting those numbers at this level. I'm trying to get to grips with, was it a flash in the pan or a player coming into his prime and fulfilling his talent? To be honest, I'm yet to be convinced on that. Also, he needs to be able to hold up that ball and link up with others, bring them into play. A bit like what Kane and Son, the relationship they used to have, or the relationship that Son and Kulu have been building up over pre-season. Again, I'm not entirely convinced Solanke can do that. When you look at some of his passing stats last season, he's got some of the worst in the league. One of people's biggest frustrations in Richarlison's game last season was that he was unable to link up with other players. Every time the ball got to his feet, the attack would end up breaking down. I'm maybe a little bit concerned. Are we falling into the same realm we have with the likes of Richarlison, Werner and Johnson, where they all need chances provided for them because they don't really possess the ability to be able to link up with others and create for others on a consistent basis, which I feel is absolutely vital to make Tottenham's forward line absolutely potent and deadly. When Tottenham's forward line has been at its best, or my most enjoyable to be able to watch it, is when Harry Kane had that ability to do it. Berbatov, Robbie Keane, players like that. And lastly, as we've seen with Richarlison coming in for a similar fee from a similar sized club, coming to a big club like Tottenham Hotspur, the pressure, the demands, and the expectations are a lot bigger and a lot more harder to deal with. And as seen in Richarlison's case, he hasn't been able to make that adaptation and be able to deal with it. Can Dominic Solanke? That's another big question that I also have around this. When you look at his time at Liverpool and Chelsea, one would argue maybe he doesn't have that ability. I would maybe hope with age comes knowledge and the know-how to be able to deal with them demands, expectations, and be able to deliver on the football pitch. So let's wait and see. He can convince me on my concerns, because what I've pointed out, I think are absolutely crucial to Dominic Solanke's Tottenham career and to be able to take us to that next level. And lastly, to the fan base, I know some find this signing very underwhelming considering targets that maybe we could have pursued. However, I do urge, give Dominic Solanke every opportunity and a chance to succeed and aim your frustrations at the board. So Tottenham fans, I think there's two ways you can look at this signing. Either we've signed a player who is starting to fulfill his potential off the back of a great season, very, very confident and heading into his prime, and there's a lot more to come, or Tottenham have took a huge gamble on a one-season winner who's been a bit of a journeyman who has not fulfilled his potential. Please let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below, along with what are the expectations we're placing on Solanke this season? How many goals do we expect him to score? And in your opinion, do you think Postecoglou has identified the right striker to match his ambitions, which is to challenge for trophies? As always, guys, have a great evening. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe if you're new, and as always, come on you Spurs, in the mighty hands we trust, we never stop.